I know you guys are probably wondering who this beautiful, gorgeous woman sitting alongside me is at this very table right here. It's my girlfriend.
Welcome, Chris.
Thanks.
I think I'm the only person that calls you Chris.
Yeah, you definitely started Chris. No one ever called me Chris.
I'm the originator.
A
I don't know
teacher
how I
in
thought
my
of it.
school, in my primary school, called me Chris, and I hated it.
Well, guess
but you
what?
started Chris, and now I think it's cool.
But what about
So
Kris
thanks.
Jenner?
That's CH.
No, it's not. It's K.
Oh, shit. Oh, I'm so dumb. Is it actually?
Yeah, it's K.
Oh, wow. Why do I always see that as a
Yeah, I think it's
CH?
cool now.
Okay.
So thanks.
I just wanted to say before we get into juicy conversations, because this might be distracting throughout the episode, I just want to get it over with now because I'm a little self-conscious, and that's why I sat on the opposite side of the table that I normally do, because I want to hide this side of my face because that's where this thing is. Anyway, I was skateboarding, and my skateboard, I guess, was tired of me stepping all over it, and it shot back up and hit me in the face, and it scraped me. Okay, now we can continue.
All right, well, welcome to the table, and welcome back to Deeper with the Dolan Twins. I'm your host, Grayson Dolan, alongside this simp.
Why am I a simp?
Well,
'Cause I have a
just because the way
girlfriend?
you introed the episode. But that's
What,
fine.
I'm allowed to say my girlfriend's beautiful and gorgeous?
No, you totally are. And I think that if you're not a simp, you're probably a douchebag, and simps are probably just good guys. Simp is like the new age nice guy.
Yeah, I get confused about when people call me a simp.
You know, people say like nice guys finish last. That's basically just a simp. It's
What
just
exactly
nice
is a
guy.
Yeah,
simp?
what is a simp?
You can't compliment your girlfriend anymore without being called a simp?
I think that's a thing. I think it's like when you,
When you're just being nice?
it's like maybe like reaching a little bit.
As a guy, it's not cool
Or like
to be
sucking
nice.
up?
Yeah, but is that bad? Like, shouldn't you want to make your significant other feel good?
Adele, you know what a simp is?
Yeah, I got the definition.
What is it?
A man who foolishly overvalues and defers to a woman, putting her on a pedestal.
What's wrong with that?
Slang. Someone who foolishly overvalues someone else.
Foolishly overvalues. But compliments, I don't know. I guess maybe
Foolishly? That's weird.
I don't think my girlfriend could ever be overvalued. I don't think you'd be valued enough.
Well, I don't think it's foolish.
Was that simpish?
I don't think it's foolish to overvalue your significant other ever. So simp on. And that was probably the simpiest thing to say.
Simp on!
Okay, whatever. We're going to get into this, guys.
Oh God, what are we getting into?
Kristina is our guest, and I have a juicy question to start this off. No, I'm not. It's not really.
Okay.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, I'm so nervous.
No, I wanted to
Don't be
kick things
nervous.
off by just talking about how we all met. Do you guys recall how we met? Because I am responsible for the meeting.
He's
of all
sitting
of
over
us.
there like he's sitting over there being like, I bet you guys don't know how you met. Of course we remember how we fucking met.
How'd you meet? I bet she doesn't remember.
No, how we met, how we got in touch, right?
Yeah,
Oh, like-
how'd you guys meet? Did it just?
Oh, so
How'd
not
that
not how we
I
met
thought,
in person. How
I
we
thought Ethan was responsible, but when I came
how we became
here,
aware of each other's existence. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I thought it was you. And when I was at home, when people asking me how we met, I was like, oh, Ethan saw me on a Snapchat and like asked who I was. And that's not what happened at all.
Yeah.
It was through
not-
Grayson, actually.
It was through me.
But
So
no,
I
but
don't know where I got that
but
from.
that's what happened. But it is kind of what happened. You're kind of on with that.
Okay.
I just said the more romantic version of that, I guess.
I
Yeah.
guess it was kind of romantic.
I mean, I'm a romantic man. What's not romantic about me being involved?
Hey, you being a wingman?
Yeah, I was. So I was Snapchatting with.
You're not a romantic man at all,
bro. What are you cutting me off for, dude?
You just because you called yourself a romantic
No, you're
man
just
before you started
jealous,
speaking.
bro.
I'm jealous.
Yeah, you're jealous of my romance, but basically, bro, you better fucking stop because after this episode, me and you are gonna have a bad romance.
You know what?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
No.
All right, no, stop. Okay, listen.
Okay.
I'm telling the story.
Okay.
Sorry if that was awful.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, I know.
About,
Okay.
about that joke.
Thanks, man. It's okay. About it, man. It's all good. All right, but I had someone on Snapchat. We were talking, and then we were supposed to hang out, and I think they couldn't because they were with you. And then I was like, well, and then I saw you on her story, and I was like,
All right, what year are we talking here? You're jumping all around.
2016.
He
I'll
seems
tell you-
really excited. It was 2016. I'll tell you, because I honestly remember probably better than you, because it wasn't 6 years plus ago. It was only 4 years ago.
okay.
You
So
said
what happened
6?
was Grayson. No, anything 6 years plus ago, Grayson remembers vividly. But
okay.
anything before that, he has no. He's like a fucking goldfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a goldfish that has long-term brain.
It was 2016.
It was 2016.
mid 2016.
Grayson was communicating with someone on Snapchat
Like September.
who was hanging out with you at the time.
Yes, we did have communications.
And Grayson was Snapchatting her, and she sent the Snapchat of herself and you in the background.
Yeah.
And I was like there, and I peeped over Grayson's shoulder, and I was like, who was that in the background? And it was you. So it was romantic. I did find you.
Aw.
And I did think that you were gorgeous the moment I saw you on
Thanks.
that Snapchat.
Thank you.
And then, so now I'm out of the story. I just did the whole linking thing. Did you add Chris
Yeah.
that day?
Was it? Yeah, I think so.
Because I remember plans fell through and we couldn't hang out. So we didn't see each other in America.
I was leaving short after that.
I think
as
you were
well.
leaving like the next day, and I Snapchatted you, and I was like, hey, like, and I kind of just introduced myself, and then we were going to like probably hang out all together in that group, and then you were like, oh, I'm going back to Australia.
Yeah. Then do you want to talk about how you deleted me, or?
I need to hear about this because I didn't know.
God.
What happened?
Why did I delete you?
Chris, well, why
You
didn't you?
deleted me because. Just think about it.
You went back to Australia. Here's my take on why I deleted you. Or at least why I think my 16-year-old self deleted you
Because
on
I couldn't
Snapchat.
hang out with you.
No, okay, you're making me sound like a fucking asshole. I'm a changed man.
He's not.
I know.
He wasn't an asshole. He was never an asshole.
No, he never was.
No,
Never.
what happened was, it wasn't because we couldn't hang out. It was because you went back to Australia and I kept talking to you.
I think I didn't reply to you.
Yeah, you
Oh.
wouldn't reply to me.
I think you ghosted
You
him.
ghosted me. So I took it as like, okay, she doesn't like me. She's not interested in me at all, or she doesn't want to talk to me. So I just deleted you.
I can't even remember my headspace back then.
You were like, fuck
Can
this
you?
kid. I hate this kid.
No,
No?
no.
Well, that's what I thought. So
I didn't even, I honestly.
I
don't
took
even
myself out of
remember.
your
I don't
life
remember.
because I thought that's what you wanted.
This
Okay.
so this would have been, yeah, this had to have been before June in 2016 because shortly after that we went on tour, and then Ethan and I we did the 4OU tour, starting in America, ending in Australia, and then we all met up in Australia. If you had her deleted, how did we all meet up? Because
That's
I didn't
what-
orchestrate
That's what I
that.
can't remember.
That's
Can
what I
you?
can't remember. No, I don't know.
I think we had each other's numbers, and I ended up.
we got each other's numbers.
I think so. Because I asked you why did you delete me, and then you re-added me.
So I texted
Or I
you when
went
I was.
to Snapchat you and it said like pending.
It was really random though, because
Oh, that hurts so bad.
well, I went to
Oh,
check my
God.
Snapchat and it said open like 10 times in a row.
Okay, so fair.
So that was revenge. No,
All
but,
right, all right,
but what
all
happened was, so we had a 42 city worldwide tour, and the last show just so happened to be in Sydney. So we decided to take a vacation in Sydney, which I don't know, meant to be, who knows. We took a vacation in Sydney, and I was like, you know what? I think that girl that I deleted is from Sydney. And I was like, I don't know my way around here. I don't know what to do here.
You
Like,
sound the biggest asshole. Right
okay,
now,
I
bro.
was, all right? Maybe
No,
I,
okay, I'm gonna defend him right now because we took a vacation in Sydney for 4 days. We saw you on the last day. We all met up. For the entire time of our vacation, he was nonstop talking about
you just skipped ahead.
okay. No, but I'm just saying. You said, "Oh, I think that girl," but I will say he was nonstop talking about you. Like he was, "Oh, I hope we can meet up."
You're still skipping ahead. Relax. So
yeah, let's talk about how we met.
I added you back
okay.
on Snapchat. Because I did text you. I was like, I'm in Sydney. Is this where you're from? And I remember I sent you a Snapchat out my window because you could see the Harbor Bridge. Sydney
Yes,
Harbor
and
Bridge.
you had a geotag.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was like, is this where you're from? And
Yeah.
you're like,
Yes. Yes. I remember
That's so, that
that.
was 4 years ago.
Okay. Wow.
And then, we had a vacation up in the I'm not gonna say where we were because we go there all the time.
Yeah.
But in Australia, we took a vacation by the beach, and I was like, do you live like near here? And you're like, no, I'm like an hour away or so. So I was like, oh, I don't know how we're gonna like meet up. Like, and then I ended up like meeting someone, and we went cliff jumping closer
You
to.
have an eyelash right here.
Can you get it?
Yeah. You can make it.
Can I make a wish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where is it? That's.
All
Okay.
right, made a wish.
All right. So then, yes, we were cliff jumping, and then
We were cliff jumping, and I was like, do you live like closer to here? And then you're like, oh yeah, I do, maybe like 20 minutes or so. So I was like, okay, we should like meet up and get dinner or something. And then you were already like with your friend already had dinner. And then I was like at dinner, and you just met us at the spot.
Yeah.
And then it was nighttime, and we decided,
I met you outside that sushi place that you guys went to.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you both were walking to my car, and I obviously had never seen you before, and I was like, holy shit.
You were nervous?
Yeah, it was crazy because I thought you were like, I can't even describe it. And what's funny now is
Wait,
like,
you thought it was what?
Was
Just,
he
like,
was he a little
perfect.
larger in person?
What do you mean?
Like, did you think he was gonna be short or something?
Yeah.
And then he was,
Yeah,
and then he was a little taller. So you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
he was taller and just like,
No, but what were you about to say?
but like perfect looking.
Oh.
Like I can't even describe that. It's just like you see good looking people, but like you were perfect. Like it was intimidating to look at you. And then it's funny because you look back on photos of when I met you and like you have this long shaggy hair. It's just
And I was
so-
doing like my first ever no shave November. I had a cheesy ass mustache. I had a purple streak in my hair.
Yeah, what?
What the fuck were you tripping?
Oh god.
I thought the same thing about you when I first saw you too. Like I couldn't speak, and I'd never been like that around anybody before.
Yeah, neither.
I was just like, what? Why
It's
can't
crazy.
words come out of my mouth?
aw.
Um,
And then so we did go cliff jumping, and we went to the spot. And
It wasn't just normal cliff
No,
jumping.
no, no.
I-
Okay,
It was
Can I explain? 'Cause-
Yeah.
So I like you guys were like I could tell you guys were nervous around each other. You like the chemistry was in the air. Like the fact that you were both equally as nervous was like cute to me. I was like, oh hell yeah, because Ethan was talking about you nonstop. So I was like really happy as a brother and a wingman that like you guys had finally met. And so we went to this cliff jump spot, and
well, can we just say that it was like 10 p.m. and it was pitch black?
no,
outside?
it was like midnight. It was
yeah.
like midnight, and in the day this jump is sketchy because you have to jump out over these rocks and land in this one special spot. You could see the water's like darker in one area because it's deeper there, so that's where you want to aim when you jump. And it's about 40 feet, which is like what's 40 divided by 3? I don't know the meters. Sorry, Chris.
It's like 15 meters.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, it's like 17 meters maybe. That's a high jump. 15 meters is 30 feet. No, it's 45. 15 meters, he's right. Okay, so it's a high jump. Like one of the highest cliffs that I've been off of, like second highest. I've been off one that was like a lot higher, but then you just have to like, that's sketchy. But whatever, it's sketchy height where if you flop, you're going to get like messed up. And
What I didn't know about Kristina yet was that she has a crazy fear of heights.
Oh, crazy.
and you did
But it was also pitch black,
Yeah,
which
it-
it was 10 times worse.
Yeah.
or better because you couldn't see the bottom. This is
No, it was definitely worse.
literally it was so dark. Okay, so you had to.
There were sharks in there too.
Okay, we found out the day after. Like,
Oh.
all right, so
But I knew there were
you
sharks.
because you're
in
from
there,
Australia. I'm from like Jersey. There's like not that many sharks. All right, so there's this fence.
Yeah. God.
There's this fence that's like 10 feet high. You can't climb over it because it's like slippery. So you have to go around the cliff and then like hold on to the fence for dear life over this water where it's like if you fall, it's not chill. And then you have to walk out to where you can jump and then it is chill. And so we all went. We all jumped off in pairs. So like the two dudes we were with jumped off together. I jumped off with someone else and then I'm looking up and I can't see Ethan and Kristina. I was like, you guys.
I couldn't see you guys at the bottom.
And
either.
okay, so I wanted to. Okay, no, I did know there was sharks because when Alex and Nick jumped, I was like, they just stirred up the water. I need to go fast and swim out because the shark's gonna get notified that there's humans there. And then so yeah, I was looking up. I was like, you guys need to jump. You guys need to jump.
And so here's what happened. I was at the top of Kristina. And I was like, okay. She was like, can we hold hands and jump? Or did I hold your hand? I don't, who made the
I
move?
held your hand. I did.
No, because I think I was like, let's hold hands and jump so that we both jump together. And then I held your hand like this. Let's demonstrate. I held your hand like this, like the best friend way, kind of. And then she switched
I
it to
slid
that.
in.
But here's my thought process. I was like, fuck no, I'm not interlocking fingers as much as I really want to right now because she's like the prettiest girl I've ever seen. I'm holding her hand like this because if I jump and she doesn't and my fingers are locked like this and she pulls me back, I'm dead. So you went like this?
He told me that. I vividly remember him like, dude, she switched to interlocking.
She did. And she went like this.
I swear.
She went like this, and I was like, I can't. I hate that I can't be happy about that right now. So I was like, fuck, okay, you're gonna have to jump because if you don't jump, we're fucked. And right as we were about to jump, you pulled back.
Yeah.
We could have gotten severely messed up.
Yeah.
From that, but
Yeah,
I
that was bad.
luckily didn't fall off. And then I think like the second time I just went for it, I like pulled you off the cliff, and then it was successful. We jumped off the cliff and it was great, and that's how we
That
met.
was the scariest thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
Ever. Mm-hmm.
Well, what?
I only told my mom about it recently.
Really?
She would have fucking killed me.
What a night to meet. And then even getting out of the water, it was like ice cold in that one area for some reason. And we had a phone flash, like
Yeah.
an iPhone 5 at the time. And like, and just a bunch of barnacles that you can get cut on. Oh, it was sketchy.
God,
what
it was
an Australian thing to do. You know what I mean?
I know.
I think we made
Which is why I
you-
love Australia.
We came from America and then made you do the most Australian thing that you've ever done.
That's what Ethan and I like. Literally, I think part of our soul belongs in Australia,
Oh, true,
which
yeah,
is
yeah.
another reason why I feel like you guys are meant to be. Because like when I first went to Australia, I was like, my soul belongs here, and then also my soul belongs with Ethan. So Ethan needs to be here.
That's the weird.
And
That's
then you
that's
were
what it's-
there, so I don't know.
Like, it was the last tour date. We decided to take a vacation there, and then can you imagine if I loved Australia but he hated it? I would have never went back. And because I went back, that's why we started talking more.
I know.
We'll get to that soon. But
yeah.
It's crazy.
So and one funny. Do you guys remember like the fucking like? Oh, okay, so the clip was so high that if you like went and your legs were a little bit open, like your butthole would hurt so bad.
the water would literally go. It would penetrate your asshole.
That's what it felt like. Like I butthole flopped. All right, but that
I don't remember that at all.
I do remember that
Honestly.
because it happened to me. It must not have happened to you because you would have remembered. All right, so
Can I just grab some lip balm?
yeah, you can. And I will roll into the next question. About I guess we kind of just talked about this, but was there a specific moment in which you guys knew that you had like a specific feeling for the other person? You know, before at first you said like, oh, he was so attractive to you, and vice versa, and she was so attractive to you.
Yeah, but
but
that's just looks. Yeah.
that's just looks. Like, was there a moment when you guys were like, okay,
Yeah.
I feel like there was a turning point? Do you remember?
Yeah.
what was your
exactly.
moment?
It was early last year.
Oh, what the fuck? Mine was like 4 years ago.
No. No. Like attractive wise, the whole time. Like
Yeah.
we.
And I always thought you were cool, obviously.
Yeah.
No, I was just messing with
you were always someone that I missed, even though like I never really knew you properly.
you. We never really
And you
got
were
to know
always
each other.
someone who made me laugh no matter what. Like it was just like it was just an instant click.
Mm-hmm.
But early last year, early 2019, we started texting again because you stopped texting me back for a little bit. We started texting again, and that's when I don't know, we started talking like on a deeper level, like just really emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I think we were talking about your dad a little bit, and then yeah, I started like opening up to you about my family and
Yeah.
things like that. And then that's when I was like, oh my God, we're so similar.
Because like those 4 years that I knew you, like right away, like the day I met you, I knew there was something like different about you from
Yeah,
anybody that
same
I've
as
ever
me.
met. Like it felt like some sort of connection. I don't know. They say soulmate, but like I honestly
Yeah.
believe that's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Like whereas like a lot of things could just go unsaid, and like we just kind of knew how each other were feeling. It was weird.
Mm.
I always had like an intuition that you were on the same page as me with like how I felt about you, but I was like I didn't want to take the chance and just be like, oh, I'm just assuming things, so I'm gonna feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
we felt the same thing, but we just never said to each
Yeah.
other.
And then every time I see you, I get reminded of that feeling. And then because you lived in Australia, I didn't see you for so long, and that's probably why we just didn't start talking sooner.
Yeah.
But then the music video, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we decided that
Well, I did.
Grayson did. Yeah.
I cast and directed the whole thing, so I was like,
For those of you that don't know that are listening, we directed a music video for an Australian band, and they're a great friend of ours.
Called Cub Sport?
Cub Sport. And they have a really beautiful story. With
which
just, like,
actually inspired the idea of the music video. It was just,
with like opening up and coming to who they are, and also falling in love.
yeah.
To the bandmates, and we wanted to make a music video kind of around that.
Yeah.
The
So
message was like love is love, and so I needed a love interest for the movie for the
video
for-
movie.
for the video
music,
movie
music video movie.
Yeah.
music video movie, and I was like, who are we gonna like
Yeah.
cast for this? How do I ask someone to play a
There's
love
not a-
interest for me?
Yeah.
And
It was
I
a
was
big,
the producing
there was a big
as well.
moment. There was a big,
So I
there
was
was a
like,
kiss in there.
Yeah, there was a kiss in there too, and I never kissed anyone.
I didn't think
before,
you were
like,
even seen
on
with a
social
girl
media.
on social. Oh,
No.
maybe.
Yeah, no,
No.
literally,
Because-
never.
Because back in the day, like if I was seen with a friend of mine, or like my friend's girlfriend or whatever, like people would be like they're dating, or like
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
yeah,
And people would get attacked. So like we were very like, okay, let's not be seen with any
yeah,
girls.
we
I don't
kept that
want-
part of our lives very private.
Very private. So that was like a big step for me.
Yeah.
I was like, in order to make this music video exactly what we want it to be and what it has potential to be, I need to have a love interest and a kissing scene in this
Yeah.
music video. And I was like, I cannot cast this because it will seem like if I reach out to someone like, hey, do you want to have a kissing scene with me in a music video? That's like me being like, all right, I made this huge elaborate excuse to kiss you, and I didn't want it to be like
Yeah.
that. Like, that's creepy as fuck.
That's
so I was
why
like,
Gray reached out.
I was like, Grayson, you need to cast this. Like you pick someone.
I casted it. I think I casted about like 25 people, and then we had like 100 plus extras, which
Mhm.
it was a lot of fun. That was
Mhm.
like literally like one of the most fun things I've done in my life was creating that music video. But as Ethan said, it was like really serious. It was the first time he was gonna be seen with a girl, and so I was like, who is like really unproblematic that we might know, and who's really sweet and we know is genuine, and also can act.
Because that's the thing that we were worried. Like, okay, if I have a kissing scene with someone in the video, obviously, like back in
there's a lot
back
of
in the day,
trust
like
there.
yeah,
People-
exactly,
yeah.
and like people who were like our followers and stuff kind of went into investigator mode sometimes and would like deep dive into people's lives. So I was like, I don't want to like have a kissing scene with someone and then
I was
they-
also not
they
like a
said
social
something and then they
media
get
like
attacked
that.
for it. So like that's why Grayson was, like you said, unproblematic or whatever. Just-
Yeah. However you want to word that, but
Yeah.
yeah, just very like just positive and then that's it, you know.
I mean, because we didn't want like, and that was the general vibe of the music.
Of the music video,
That
we
was the
wanted
message.
everybody's real character to be sort of true to the character that they were playing, and so yeah, you were the first person that popped in my mind, honestly, and you were in Australia, and I emailed you very professionally.
No, you texted me. Oh, but
No.
yeah, you did email me
He
for my
emailed
measurements.
you.
I emailed you, and
Grayson emailing you. That's the funniest fucking concept.
and then yeah, you agree. We made it happen, and that was a lot of fun.
I flew out for the week.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thanks for doing that.
Hey, you're welcome.
what a time. And so
And we had a kissing scene.
what was that kissing scene? That wasn't your first kiss.
Our first kiss together?
Yeah.
No.
All right. I know when your first kiss was. I don't even know why I asked that. Sorry. I just wanted to like get a little tea. But you didn't kiss again the rest of that trip. You guys
No.
like you guys yeah. You guys,
No.
No, but yeah, we barely even kissed before that, I will say.
Yeah.
Like we like didn't know each other. Like,
So that's what you
nothing.
thought about your first kiss? Was barely even a thing. Jesus.
Gosh.
I'm gonna leave.
Ethan. So we kind of just talked about how on camera you're the first girl that Ethan had been like seen with in that light. Obviously you were acting, so it was a little bit different. But when things got serious, you know, when you guys started to realize that you like each other and you wanted to become serious together, how did you decide to keep things secret at first, and why?
Wait, before we go into this, can we just say that it was crazy because when we met up last year for Hawaii, it was like
Like
the music video came to life. It was
Oh,
so
yeah.
weird.
How weird
Like
is
the
that?
storyline was like almost exact, and then we went to Hawaii and it was Hawaiian party, and we were also with the Hawaiian party cast with Max and Connor. It was
Yeah.
just so
that
weird.
was crazy.
Yeah, and that wasn't intentional.
And
No,
that was
and
also
I was
like
just like, wow,
that was like
is this like stars aligning?
the message
It
of the
was so
music
cool.
video was like best friends like falling in love by accident and like not
Yeah.
knowing how to break it to each other, and that's kind of what happened to us. We weren't best friends by any means, but like we were friends. You know,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we were anything like that before we fell in love.
Yeah.
And then that it really kind of happened in Hawaii
yeah.
when we met up there.
Yeah.
Did you guys say I love you there?
No, but
No,
I definitely,
no.
yeah.
You
I knew I loved you before I went to Hawaii.
Aw. I did too.
I knew he did.
I was always confused though because you would send me so many like mixed signals, but it wasn't
I'd
until
never
This
have
is
a
not an
serious,
argument, all right?
No, but I've never been in a serious relationship, and I've never had someone treat me the way you did.
Oh well, congratulations. Okay, what did I even ask before?
Congratulations.
you asked about like
I
keeping
said
it private.
yeah, keeping it private. So,
So
what-
then after Hawaii, I planned on coming to Australia and spending a full month there, and we planned on living together. I was going to rent a house, and that's what we did. And I mean, Grayson was there too, third wheeling. There he
Yeah,
is.
you actually were. Like,
oh, that was like the hardest I've
a
ever
really-
third wheeled in my life.
I know it was.
Yeah.
It was like.
I was going to the
fun.
beach alone.
Aw.
I was.
I know. I felt
And
so
I didn't have a
bad.
car. I couldn't drive there. I was fucking walking like 2 miles barefoot to the beach.
But you like that shit.
I do love that shit.
Oh, God.
I do.
So
I do
Grayson's
really-
dreams were coming true too. While
Dude,
I
I'm the
was
type
away.
of guy to throw AirPods in and go walk through a fucking random city in a random country and like try to meet someone.
But also barefoot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was
your thing.
enjoying it. You know, I actually don't mind being a third wheel.
Yeah. And I feel like now that you like, we're all like family now, so it's
Yeah.
like it's
It's
different.
not, yeah. It's
Normally,
not even like,
like,
a third.
Someone in my position, they'd be like, you know, the best friend or brother of someone feels like, oh, like they're in a relationship now. Like, you know, I have less of them. But I don't really like care because like I know, like I value your relationship as you guys do, and I think it's like great. So I'm like just trying to be as supportive as possible. So I'll never complain about being a third wheel or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So keep that in mind, okay? If I ever get into a future relationship, support me.
I will.
All right. No more fucking making fun of me and shit.
I just sometimes you change who you are, and then I'm like, okay, red flag. Like like you feel like you can't be yourself around that person because I know you better than anybody. And have I changed since I started dating Kristina at all?
No, you haven't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
There was a little.
Sorry, we had to work that out.
There was a little.
but what we were talking about, so Australia for a month, and then that's when we first told each other that we loved each
Privacy?
other. That's when we first told each other that we loved each other in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, November 20th, because that's when I flew out. And we went
Yeah.
to the beach at night, and we were talking. And then that's when we decided that we were officially dating, because before that, we didn't decide that.
Yeah.
But that night on November 20th, we're like, okay, let's just say we were dating on October 12th.
Yeah, because technically.
We kind of cheated the system a little bit.
Yeah.
I think people do that. It's normal. You guys were exclusive.
Exclusive,
You guys
yeah.
had feelings for each other, and then
Mm-hmm.
you probably just waited till you saw each other in real life to say I love you.
Yeah, that's what we were doing.
Yeah.
The whole time in between Hawaii and Australia, we're like, oh, there's just like, I need to say something, but I just can't do it on text.
Yeah.
Every single day.
That was getting so frustrating. The distance
was.
that was crazy.
Yeah, it was.
That was my first time ever dealing with like long distance.
So you guys kept it private because
I don't know. It was so new, you
Yeah.
know, because like
Well, first of all, I've never been like a social media person, so I wouldn't put it online anyway, or
That's
I
just not
wouldn't
you,
I
yeah.
wouldn't want to put it online, but I respect his privacy just as much as my own. So like it was just a mutual thing. Like I just don't want anyone knowing our business.
and
And
then you get opinions and stuff that like you're not asking for.
yeah.
And like we've had a private friendship, I guess, for 4 years. So like what's the difference?
Exactly. And I think like especially when you're starting a relationship, it's so new and you're like just getting to know each other, and then hearing other people's opinions on that person that you're getting to know may sway like the way you think. Because like the emotions are so raw at that point. You're
Yeah.
experiencing like all these new feelings that you never thought you'd ever feel before, and then someone says some shit that catches you off guard, and then that like it stays in your mind. Like there's just like you don't need that stuff.
Yeah.
So we decided to like not have that, and then against our will, but like we kind of like knew it would probably happen anyway because we went. And
Yeah,
went
it was
public
definitely
a lot.
inevitable, but
Yeah, like people
as
started
much as
leaking
we could-
photos of us and stuff at like cafes and the beach and shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's when people started
Matching
putting
your
together.
sweatpants to other pictures of you in sweatpants.
That
yeah,
was-
that morning we woke up in Australia and I had like 70 tags.
That's
on
the
Instagram.
investigator
I was
thing I'm
like, oh my
talking
God.
about.
Yeah.
Like sometimes my life feels like a crime scene. Like
Oh,
people
yeah.
like investigating. Like there's detectives.
It's crazy what they can find out.
Yeah. The magnifying glass is thick sometimes. Yeah, it was funny. I saw that too because like I was like,
And then the photo
There
of
was a
me at
picture
the
of my-
dentist.
yeah. So there's a picture of Kristina with you in the cafe, and this is when at first I kind of got out to the small group of investigators. It was you in your sweatpants holding Ethan's hand or whatever. You guys were standing next to each other, and then there's a swipe, and here's proof, and it's you with fucking sunglasses on at the dentist like this, and you have fucking the same sweats on. And I was like, this is the photo that you got found out in, which is like found out. What even is that? But that's funny. Yeah, and I'm a big believer in keeping personal stuff personal. You know what I mean? Especially like letting it breathe and figuring it out. And like you said, emotions are raw in the beginning of a relationship, so you definitely need to like digest them, see how you really feel, spend some time with those thoughts and emotions, and then make your decision whether or not you want to like let people. It's the same thing as kind of like introducing someone to your family. You know what I mean? Because that's for us. It's kind of what it is. We built this like kind of family that we have here.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to introduce someone to my mom if it's not serious.
Yeah.
So.
And like
It's good to take time.
Yeah.
For anyone listening, it's good to take time and like let things digest before you make a big decision.
Totally.
You'll feel it in your gut when it's right.
Yeah.
And I knew you guys knew. All right, moving on. This is all something. This upsets me to ask, but I want to because I want people to know what it's really like. There was a time where I believe you guys were still private, and it was like the people like that were finding out and stuff like that. And
not necessarily private because like we said there was photos and everything that leaked, but we like never.
your guys
we never took the step to make it public.
Exactly. Your guys' personal decision was to keep your relationship offline. Photos and stuff got out and assumptions. And then people started saying things that were just awful to you, you know? And then you ended up deleting your Instagram, which I didn't want you to do. I wasn't in favor of you doing that because I didn't want to like let them win, but maybe that was just my ego because I care about you so much and I didn't want the other people to win over you, which it's not seen. I don't see it like that anymore. But tell us about that. Like what was like the turning point there?
Okay, so
this was after quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is already when like there was a drastic change to life and like your mental health was just like plummeting.
Yeah. So I've always been a huge advocate for mental health, and I've always seen myself as like a confident, positive person, confident in myself, not in like an ego way, but just like confident in who I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, so when people started putting 2 and 2 together and like, oh my God, I see Kristina's bag on, like, you remember that whole thing? I remember I was in Jersey and these accounts were made just about me, just like really ripping me to shreds and saying stuff that just wasn't true and blown out way out of proportion. And I was like reading these things and already I was feeling, it was quarantine, I was confused, I felt lonely, even though I had you guys, not E especially, but like, I don't know, it was just a weird lonely feeling, and you guys probably know exactly what that was like during quarantine. But I was away from home, I had no one, no family, no friends, and then these people were saying things about me, and I had no...
Like you didn't have your family and friends around to tell you like
validation.
You're still
almost.
who you are. Validation.
So I was almost like reading these things and convincing myself that I was those things, and I was so confused, and I just got into such a bad spiral. I was like upset all the time. I was crying all the time.
I hated to see that.
And yeah, I was like, I can't believe that, you know, I'm being attacked for something that is completely out of my control. I was just...
And I think we kind of expected it a little bit, which is sad to say. And I think this kind of answers your last question about why we kept it private, because we were anticipating something like this.
Yeah.
And like...
And I knew it was coming, but when it hits you, it's like, wow, I felt like a deer in headlights. I had no idea what to do.
And for you, I felt so terrible because it's like, I started social media and I liked having a following like when it first started, and I wanted to continue that and wanted to make it my career and my life, and you never chose to do that. So while I was doing that with my life for the past 6 years, there was negatives that would come with it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take these because there's so many more positives. But for you, like, it wasn't your lifestyle. You didn't commit to it. You didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're just like thrown into some sort of spotlight where people can just say whatever they want about you.
Right.
And then it starts to make you be like, wait, do I really know myself? Are they telling me true things that I don't notice about myself? And it's all made up bullshit, and it's probably like legit 12-year-olds who...
I know, that's the thing. It's crazy when you break it down and you think, okay, these are actual possibly 12-year-old girls saying this, where they're so disconnected. But for us, if we get like 1 million positive comments, just that one negative comment sticks out like a sore thumb, and you can't do anything about it. Like, you can't shake that. You can't say, okay, there's 100 people that are telling me I'm a great person and whatever, you know, that one negative comment can take you over the edge. And so I think as humans, we're conditioned to think, ignore the hate, like don't let them win, whatever that means. And so at that point, I remember I was on FaceTime with my mom and dad, and I was crying my eyes out. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I feel so depressed from this. And I was like, I want to delete everything. I don't want anyone to look at me. I don't want anyone to know who I am. I was, at the time, I really wanted to be an actress, and my agent was sending me auditions to film. And I was like, I told him I was sick, which at the time I was, but I was like, I told him I was sick for the full week because I was like, I cannot do an audition. I don't want anyone to look at me. And I couldn't believe I was even saying that, because it's so against who I was before that. So anyway, I remember we were in Jersey, and I grabbed the laptop, and I was so hysterical, and I was like, I'm deleting my Instagram. Like, I need to go off the grid. I don't want anyone. It was just a complete like identity crisis, like invasion of privacy sort of thing. And
because then you're faced with a decision. It's like, do I let them win and like quit like they probably want me to?
What
but
does
then
that
what is
even
letting
mean?
them win at the end
Exactly.
of the day?
And so that's
I think
what
it's it kind of boils down to like an innate thing that all of us humans have, where it's like, the reason why we pay attention to the hate comment is because we're programmed, not conditioned, but we're legitimately programmed to focus on the negative so that we can address the problem, because if you think about it back in the beginning of time, if there was a problem, it's probably life-threatening. So it's like, now that these things are just like systemic little like fucking, it's bullshit. Like it's like little hate comments that you think are like this life-threatening problem. Your brain is convinced that it is. But it's not. And then that's why you like focus on it. You cannot, like, no matter what anyone says, like don't focus on the hate. Like it's not possible.
It's not possible. And yeah, at that time, I was really thinking about all the people who get bullied on a daily basis, bullied in school, cyberbullied. And I was so heartbroken. And when you deal with it firsthand, you're like, this is like life-threatening. Like, and so I want everyone to know who's going through a similar thing that you can stick up for yourself, and it's not weak or you're not letting them win. It's just, I felt great. When I deleted my Instagram, I felt great. 4 months I was off, and I was the healthiest I've ever been mentally. Yeah. I had time to focus on my business. I had time to focus on with my family, my friends, and just live life. Yeah. Like I was hardly on my phone, only texting you.
Yeah. And I want to say I'm really proud of you for making that decision, because even I was stupid. I let my ego take over at the time, and I was like, don't let them win. I was telling you that.
I know. I remember you said you'd be really disappointed.
I feel
if you did that.
I feel really fucking bad for saying that.
No, but that's what I mean. Is we're so conditioned to think that's the right thing to do to protect ourselves, but it's not.
It's a big lesson.
Like sometimes you just have to fight back. Not even that, but just stick up for yourself.
Yeah, it's okay to let them know that it gets to you, because it does.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if you say something, it's not retaliating. It's almost just like, most of the time they apologize or they'll stop. Most of the time. There's obviously like 10% that just, get a thrill from doing it, but
they're going through their own shit too, though, and that's probably why they're doing it.
Yeah, totally.
Which sucks, it sucks. And when you were going through all that, I was also like, not against it, but same thing. It was that ego in me, and I was like, Chris, don't let them win. Like, I don't want to see someone that I love succumb to these people that are just like that I could give a shit about. You know what I mean? Leaving me hate comments. Yeah. And then it wasn't until recently when I started dealing with the same shit that you were back then, and I literally like went off Twitter for a month and a half. You know what I mean? In the past 6 years since I downloaded it, I was on it every single day, tweeting, engaging with people, talking to people, like speaking my mind and stuff like that. And then,
did it help going off Twitter?
It did.
Yeah.
There was a turning point. I mean, because we went through a few things personally, where it was also like none of anyone's business, and whatever. It was untruthful shit being said about us, and then people were like kept just saying it and saying it and saying it and saying it, and it started making me be like, what the fuck, and like questioning my own character.
Right, that's what.
And I've always known who I am fully, and so like every time I went on Twitter, I was in my mentions, and people were just telling me I'm this person who I'm really not. But I was like so, just like being attacked over and over again that my mental state was just like weak, and just to see that like constantly while I'm already in this weak and vulnerable point, I was just like, oh, I'm over it, and I had to get off Twitter, and I didn't want to let them win. I almost deleted my Twitter too.
Yeah.
And
I hopped off too, and that's something that I wouldn't have done if you had never done that. Like, you truly led by example, and I followed what you did in that situation, and that was something that I've been doing this for 6 years, and like I'm gonna simp out real quick, but like if you will, if that's what you want to call it, but like you're amazing, and the way you think is admirable. Like
thank you.
Yeah, I guess I've struggled with like ego issues where I'm like, I can't let them fucking win, but like to see you prevail by, quote unquote letting them win and swallowing your pride in a sense and focusing on yourself and not trying to prove a point, it taught me to do that, and my life has been a lot better since.
That's so good. I think everyone that's listening should take that as advice, because it's really, really important to focus on yourself. And that, from an outside perspective, seeing all the shit that was going on with you guys and seeing people call you these things that weren't true, it was so frustrating for me. So I guess it was the same thing.
And it's people that don't know the truth at all.
They don't know the truth at all.
Oh God, if they only knew the fucking truth.
I know.
But again, ego.
I know.
Swallow the pride. It's not.
I know.
They don't deserve the truth.
I just don't want to be judged about something that's false for the rest of my life.
And I think
I wake up every day and I still see some shit about it.
But there's nothing you can do about it, because that will happen for the rest of your life. So who you are going forward is the only thing that matters, because that's who people are going to know who you to be. Like, it's 4 years ago I deleted Kristina on Snapchat. Who the fuck was that guy? He made a stupid ass decision.
Yeah.
Would I ever make a dumb decision like that ever again? Hell no. So like I mean I grew up.
You wouldn't know a decision's dumb until you make it,
But
and
I'm-
you realize in retro.
Okay, well I'm just saying you grow up and like when you said like you deleted her, like that's out of character for me. Obviously, I'm like, well,
Yeah.
that's like a douchebag thing to do.
Yeah.
Like you grow up, you know what I mean? So it's just you are who you are in the present day, and that's all that fucking matters.
I know. I'm just still struggling with the shit, and I wish people knew the truth. But whatever the
Yeah.
fuck. I don't
Yeah,
get-
behind closed doors, you guys have gone through the craziest shit this year.
Yeah.
that
It's
I've
like
seen.
unimaginably fucked up.
It is.
And like my 2019 was unimaginably fucked up.
And there's a lot of
And honestly,
people-
2020 somehow topped it in the most fucked up psychotic way. It did.
Yeah.
It did. I lost my dad last year, and this year has attacked me more.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense. But yeah. All right, on to brighter note. You guys went public. And I think that's when
Yes.
things, and right before that, I think that's when things really started to change for the positive. Like, all I see now is comments just saying how amazing you are.
I knew.
And I appreciate
I would
that
tell you
so
as soon as
much.
people found out who you really were, they would love you.
And that's why I'm so happy that we have you on the podcast, because like I wanted people to see like the true you and get like the full hour, however long this is going to be. Like I don't care how long.
I can't be this far from you when we're talking.
I feel like I'm not talking properly.
No,
I can't talk because there's so much pressure.
You're doing great. You're doing
Okay.
great. This episode's going better than I thought it even could, and I had high expectations to begin
Okay.
with. But like, I really wanted people to know the real you. Like, and I knew that they weren't really getting it from the vlogs and the YouTube content that you had been in. It was like
Mm-hmm.
it was too short and snappy, and it was fun to make. It was really fun. But it didn't show the real you or the real version of our other friends that have been in it, and the real version of Ethan and I. And I think that's right now. That's why we're on pause, and we're
Yeah, which
looking
I'm
to get back in touch
really
with
happy about.
our purpose. And I think we all have a purpose that aligns with one another's.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really happy that people are gonna get to know the real you from this. People that have seen you around and stuff like that in our content. Because
Yeah, that was a thing about vlogs. Don't get me wrong, I loved your vlogs. I thought the content was amazing. I just thought
Thank you.
there's a line between your personal lives and
In public lives.
public lives, yeah. And I just think the vlogs were going a bit too invasive at times.
Yeah.
And there were points where I was watching the vlogs and I was like, this doesn't even look like me. Like that, like,
yeah,
I guess it comes down to editing and cuts and all that, but I mean, there was points where I was like, I kind of look annoying on camera, but yeah, I guess that's just vlogs. It's just quick
Yeah.
Yeah.
quick
It's
little
weird.
snippets.
Yeah, we had no clue
It's
it was
hard
gonna
to
be like
it's
that.
hard to get someone's
yeah.
personality across.
I feel like
on
people
a
just have a
vlog.
different style of comedy too. Like I would say we have a comedy based channel and stuff like that. We're trying to make people laugh. That's our main goal. It's to make people laugh, make them feel happy. You know what I mean? And if we could possibly change someone's day around for the better, that's what I'm here to do. And that's why I just started my YouTube channel. And I feel like in the vlogs, yeah, we were able to do that, but then we also had to sacrifice like part of who we actually were for some jokes.
Yeah.
There was times where I felt like I had content goggles on, where I was
Yeah.
like making just poor choices that were out of character for myself for the content's sake, because I was seeing the post edit in my head. I was like, this is what the video is going to look like in the end. All right, now I'm going to go do this. But I didn't have my 2 feet on the ground.
Like this is what I have to
And
do in real life in order for the video to look like this.
Yeah, but there was no real life really.
And it's crazy because
Yeah.
you guys
In
went
those
into
moments.
vlogs. I remember you saying, let's do real life before content.
Yeah.
So let's film real life stuff. And if, like a joke comes across, then film it. But then over time, subconsciously, even it just kind of flipped the other way. It
Yeah.
was content first and then real life,
Yeah.
which bothered me because I thought it didn't give you enough time to breathe. You had
There was no
time.
There was no separation between personal and public.
None at
Got
all.
a little like that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun making them though. I will say that it reignited my love for creating
content and directing.
yeah.
Because like
Yeah, it was great.
The content seems like so like short and snappy and like minimal effort, but it's crazy amounts of effort that you have to put in because it's really like it's telling a really, really fast-paced story. It almost threw it back to like the Vine days where it's like
Yeah.
I think that like when I was making Vines, that was like the most I've like directed in a while because it's like you have to tell a story in such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
And that's what vlogs did. But yeah, I feel like our channel is just like I love connecting with people who watch us.
Yeah.
And that's something that I missed. It was more like I was doing things for like just for comedy's sake rather
Yeah.
than like connecting with someone.
Yeah,
You know?
so I didn't mean to make this about us at all.
Yeah.
But it gave me that idea when I was like, they just saw you in such short form. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like some people could have got the idea that, oh, like you said, like, oh, that part was annoying or whatever the fuck. But like that's not who you are.
Yeah.
You've never annoyed me once, and like you live here, and I think you're one of the best people I've ever met, and so I wanted people to see that.
Thanks,
and
Greg.
now I think they can with this podcast, and where the videos are going in the future, you know, they'll be able to
So
see that
excited
stuff
for
more.
that. I'm so confident in that too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm really
Thank you,
excited.
and you helped us make the decision. You really did.
Really.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be the best move yet.
Thank you.
Best
Thanks,
chapter
Dave.
yet.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, it's YouTube is just like full of new chapters. That's what
Mhm.
it is.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
Get to try new things.
Yeah, so you guys, you went public. I think things changed for the better in that around that time. You know what I mean? You guys began like nothing but love, really. And I think
Yeah.
it's crazy how like because you guys are so young and you joke around and you talk about things about marriage and stuff. It's sometimes not jokes, maybe. I mean, like it is serious because you guys are serious with each other. But you don't really have like I would assume in those like when you did that, people would be like, you guys are too young. You don't know what the fuck you're saying. You know what I mean? Because that's like a lot of people would play at devil's advocate for a young couple, like and they think they're jumping the gun. But with you guys, it's
Why
almost
is
like
it that-
you fucking tell?
Yeah, no one gets mad, or no one's like, oh, you guys are like thinking irrationally. You're too young. You're too young to get married.
I've seen a couple comments like that, but
Yeah,
it's
Really?
like
every time I mention marriage, like in the slightest, everyone's like, just propose already, you little fucking bitch. Like, what are you waiting for? And like honestly, yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe they can just feel it.
Yeah,
too.
which leads me to my next question.
when's a proposal?
When? No, stop!
This is
That's fucked
not
up.
Bro, I
funny.
was stretching.
Oh, he was stretching. Sorry, I didn't mean to. No, no, I'm not gonna ask you guys about marriage. That's on you. You guys take your time with that and you figure it out. But what do you guys see? Where do you guys see yourself 5 years?
Married.
Definitely married by 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah, and we gotta have a house in our favorite part of Australia, and 7 kids.
No.
7 kids, 5 years. We're gonna have.
What?
We're
Two
gonna.
twins.
No. We're gonna have sextuplets and then just 1 child.
Okay.
Okay. We have twins on both sides of the family, so that's gonna be.
You do, Chris?
interesting. Yeah, my brother was a twin.
Oh yeah, that's right. Not identical though, right?
Yeah, identical.
Oh wow, I had no idea.
Mhm.
So that
But identical is just a mutation, so you could.
yeah, but it is the male gene. It means it's strong.
But we could have
Oh my god,
frater-
and we have twins.
I'm pulling for it.
What if you? have
I'd be the
twins?
one who gets triplets.
Yeah.
I would. Oh
Can I-
god.
I don't wanna-
But how
no.
amazing would that be?
I know
don't-
it'd be amazing, but like, oh.
I don't want to put
can just-
Grayson on blast,
What?
but like I just want to ask you like an actual question. Like, do you feel like we've done everything together our entire lives?
Yeah.
I'm now in a committed relationship. Obviously, Kristina lives here and stuff. Like, do you like everything you've done your entire life? I'm like, okay, I have to do that. Like, if you land a skate trick, I have to do it. You got up the tramp wall when we filmed that last vlog. I had to do it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in a committed relationship. Does it make you feel like you need to be in a committed relationship?
It did.
Mm-hmm.
It did, and I tried to the point where it was like it was forced.
Yeah.
You know, it was unnatural, and it didn't work. And then I tried again,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was part of like the whole Corona unsettling feeling where you're in quarantine. You have no idea like what the fuck's gonna happen tomorrow, so you feel really unsettled, and you're looking for an anchor to like ground you.
Yeah.
And for me, that was like a relationship.
But also like your identical twin.
But also my identical twin is now in a committed relationship, and it's super healthy. And yeah, like I'm not jealous or maybe not envious. I don't know. Whatever the word is, I really
You envy me.
I envy you guys.
No, the connection. I guess.
I really value
you're
I really
searching for
value it.
connection.
Like when you come into the kitchen in the morning and we're all chilling out, I'm like, damn, it would be sick to have a girlfriend too. You
Yeah.
know? But now I'm totally fucking chilling on my own path, and
Yeah.
I know that ours are separate. As similar as we are, I know that they're separate, and so
Grayson already feels like the funkle of the house. So.
I'm always the
Yeah.
funkle, dude. I'm the fucking dunkle too.
What's dunkle?
Oh, that's the dad uncle. You haven't heard of that?
What?
You're a dad and an uncle? We're
Yeah.
both gonna be dunkles.
Your kid's gonna get us confused sometimes. So
Are our kids gonna get me and him confused?
Oh no, they probably will.
Like if we were to have a kid tomorrow, what kind of accent would it have? Think about it. No. Think about this. Like obviously, when the kid goes to school, if he goes to school in America, he's gonna have an American accent.
Yeah,
if he goes to school
obviously.
and he lives his life in Australia, he's surrounded by Australians, he's gonna have an Australian accent.
I want an Australian accent.
But here's the thing. If obviously quarantine's not going to continue forever, but if we were to raise a kid in quarantine in like these next 3 months, or 3 years rather, when it first starts talking, is it gonna have what accent would it have?
Mine. It would sound like me. You guys be, all right, we're going out real quick. I'd be like, okay, all right, say hi. I would just be teaching all vocabulary. Have it fucking, and then, yeah, he would have a great
I'm definitely having a baby in Australia, so
If my daughter has an
You're saying
Australian
that.
accent, it's adorable. A little baby with an Australian accent.
Sometimes like, I knew a family, and they moved to New Jersey from England, and there was 4. The 3 younger ones had English accents, and the one older one that I was friends with had an American accent. He turned it off, I think, because he went to school, and maybe because he was older, and kids were like, "Hey, where are you from, boy?" And so he probably was just like,
Yeah.
Jersey." You know what I mean? But
I'd also love to raise kids in Jersey, though.
Yeah, we got to
That'd be
figure out where
nice.
we're gonna do that.
so that's your 5-year plan. I don't have a 5-year plan. I don't think it's possible. I think this time taught us that no one can have a 5-year plan, really.
Yeah,
Unless
true.
it's like a 5-year work plan or something like that. You know what I mean? Or a
more
5-year
a day at a time.
workout plan. But even then, things come up. You get promotions. You get the opposite of promotions. You know, you get
The cool thing about us is we don't really need to have a plan. It's like whatever we're feeling at any given moment, like the other ones kind of we're just down for. Like you just said, like, okay, we got to raise our kids in Jersey or wherever. Like I know that when it comes time to do that, we're just both going to be in agreement automatically.
Yeah.
We're like the same person. It's weird. It's really weird how similar you are to me. Maybe that's what I felt like when I first met you. I'm like, okay, that's me, but a girl. Is that weird?
I think we're the same people too. Really weird things too.
yeah. And
Like-
we have a group chat called the 3 of us because I feel like we're kind of like triplets in that sense.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
kind of all think alike.
Uh,
Like we immediately have the same opinions on everything. It's weird.
There was a time, I don't know if you said this in a video already, but Gray was out in the living room and you were in the room, and I was walking out to the kitchen and I was like scuffing my feet with my Air Forces, and then he turned around to ask you a question and started asking the question, then looked up and he's like, "Oh, what the fuck? I thought you were Ethan."
Yeah, you guys both walk like lazy sexist shit.
I know.
Yeah, you guys both walk the same.
We're lazy sexy shit
Yeah.
together.
You guys
We
both
are.
sleep until like 11.
No, we really are. Like I'm like,
We were up before you today.
yeah,
so.
we were.
Yeah.
You just
How about
wouldn't
that?
know because we just sat around in bed for an extra couple hours.
Yeah.
I
I'm
couldn't
like-
scrape myself out of bed this morning. For
No,
some
but it's
reason.
so convenient because it's like, you know, when I don't know. I guess some people I've seen them have problems in relationships where they're like, oh, like I gotta like go on a date night, like I promised my girlfriend, or you know, something like that.
Yeah, or
Like if I promise you like date night and then I'm like, oh damn, I'm just like not feeling it. Like you're just not feeling it either. Immediately before we
Yeah.
even say it, we're like, okay. Like if we were both like, okay, let's go on a date, and like we never feel like
we went on a date
we
once.
almost feel like-
We drove all the way to, where was it? Santa Barbara?
yeah.
Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara.
And we're going to sleep there the night in the
Yeah.
sprint event, and then we'll like,
Wait, fuck this.
we're like, oh, let's just go back and sleep in our own bed.
Yeah.
yeah. You guys have like the same. It's so weird.
It's like we had our 1 year. We're like, let's do something epic for our 1 year, and then we're like, no, let's just fucking chill.
What did we do? Oh, the picnic. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Oh, it was good, but like,
Yeah, it was really
but it was
nice.
like, you know, we wanted to like maybe go. So I don't know. We were just like, that's good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't really care what we did.
Damn,
Me either.
that's funny.
Wow.
Well, aren't you guys lucky? That's the moral of the
No,
episode.
Gray, I
I'm
can't-
kid- I'm
I can't
kidding.
wait to-
I'm
to
kidding,
hear it.
guys. No, I'm really glad we
But
got through
I'm
this.
I'm so glad you found your independence.
Thanks.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I am too. I feel like myself.
And by the way, I don't mean to go into this, but like your previous attempts to be in a relationship were not your fault anyway.
No.
Like you were anyway.
I was trying.
No, I
You
feel
know?
like you and who you were.
You put your whole heart on the line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That shit hurted, but I'm all good.
Yeah.
And also, I'm really happy about this episode. I'm really happy that people got to see the real you. Finally, you know, the
too.
the long form real you, the uncut Kristina, Chris. I can't
Chris.
say Christina. I guess I can, but I should say Chris.
I've never called you Chris once.
Yeah, sometimes you call me Chris.
No, I've
and
called
I'm
you Chris like once or twice by accident, and I felt really weird. I
Yeah.
felt like Grayson. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah. All right. Well,
It feels like we didn't talk about anything now. Do you feel like that when you record?
We were just chilling.
Yeah, I guess.
That's the
vibe.
fun
Part about it. It's just like a conversation.
Guys, can we get a cat or something?
We need to get
I'm
a cat.
allergic.
We need a cat. Well, the thing is, when we get a house together, we're gonna have cats.
We're gonna have.
And you need to do your
all
shot. You need to get
animals.
your shots, Grayson.
Bro, I'm not gonna be able to see my fucking niece and
because you
nephew.
keep missing your shot appointments. Get your fucking shots.
Adele, you didn't remind me.
She reminds
does
you
it.
every day.
Oh, fuck, she does remind me every day.
Every time I remind you, you don't want to go.
I don't think I hear it.
Well, then you can't come to our house, and we're gonna have an
Oh,
epic
God.
house. We're gonna have.
I grew up on a farm and
So did I. So did he. But he just had to stay far
raising
away
kids
from
on
the
a farm.
animals. Let's raise kids on a farm.
I
with
think
cats.
every child should grow up with animals.
Guys, you guys don't think I have fucking animals tattooed all over me because I love them so
So
much.
let's
Well,
get
get your
one.
fucking
Let's get a little
shots.
piglet. Are you allergic to pigs?
So allergic.
Oh.
Like I'll actually die though, but it's not like I get itchy. I would deal with that. I get asthma and I end up.
Yeah, I know.
Like if I didn't have an inhaler, I'd be dead right now. It's like actually, it's bad.
Gosh.
I don't know. Maybe.
You get your shots, Grayson.
Maybe my nervous system will figure it out. For
Or
me one day.
get your fucking shots. How many times do I have to tell you?
I'm gonna keep doing it. I'll get my shots. Can I get them tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday. Yeah, I can.
Tomorrow's
Tomorrow's Thursday, so I
Thanksgiving.
can, right? Oh, maybe it's closer to Thanksgiving. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be able to swing in real quick before the festivities start.
It's close for Mondo's birthday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh shit!
Mondo's birthday tomorrow. Everybody, guys. I guess you're listening today.
Tomorrow is Thanks Mondo. Let's go, boy.
Wish Mondo a happy fucking birthday.
And like this episode, not only for Kristina, but for Mondo to come on the podcast one day, because
Mondo face reveal.
Oh shit! Because like Kristina, and Mondo brings a great fucking energy to this house.
I feel like we're all
I feel
happy
like-
family here.
Yeah,
We're all really supportive of each other, and that's
It
great.
feels, this house feels great.
yeah.
It does.
And we have an Adele podcast too.
Yes, and we will have an Adele podcast.
Not the.
Not the singer. We can't get her.
Yeah, not yet. I don't know if we ever will be able to. But hey, we have an even better Adele.
Oh, dude, everyone's good in their own way. All right. I'm also saying this because I don't want Adele stands to attack us.
Yeah, it's true.
No, but for real.
Yeah, you're right.
I wouldn't know about the OG Adele. Are you the OG Adele? She's
I was born before she was famous. I'm OG.
Yeah, but she was born before you.
okay. Let's not get into it. We'll have both of the Adeles on the podcast one day together.
Oh my god! Yes.
But thanks for doing this episode, babe. I know that you were nervous because
I
obviously.
still kind of am.
Yeah, but you have a reason to be like you're new to this stuff and what happened earlier in this winter and everything, and it's just been a fucking crazy year.
I think you're gonna get a lot of love for the episode.
You better give her love.
Oh.
I hope.
I don't know.
I mean, I think you should.
Thanks.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for having me on.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for coming on.
Of course.
Of course. You're in the room every single time we record.
I know. I know.
All right. We're gonna finally. Oh wait, we have a spread positivity shout out.
Wait, here we go. Let's get a.
How?
Oh shit! I don't want to miss this opportunity.
Spread positivity, and you guys can get these hoodies on dolantwins.com right now. Spread positivity hoodies. Let's get.
Designed by our sister.
Yes. Okay. And this spread positivity shout out goes to, and I really like this one a lot, Jess. And Jess says that she nominates herself because she believes that she's spreading positivity by showing people that no matter what disability you have, you can follow your dreams. Jess was born with slight cerebral palsy in her left side, but she says that if you have scars or a disability, do not be ashamed to show the world your true you and never give up on achieving your goals because just last year, she has been crossing things off her bucket list.
That's amazing.
Last year,
That's amazing,
she
Jess.
crossed one of the most important things off her bucket list, which was
It's
a
amazing.
big goal of hers,
Wow,
which is amazing.
that's awesome, Jess.
You know what I mean? I think, to me, what's really stood out in this, and thank you for sharing, because it really does motivate me a lot. I'm going to be honest, Jess. And I think it's amazing how you flip, your disability to be a sort of motivation that propels you to do greater things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that that's really special, and you're going to inspire many by sharing that. So thank you very much.
You already
So
inspired
inspiring.
me.
Mm-hmm.
Inspired all of us.
Thanks, Jess.
Alrighty. Yes, thank you very much. All right, so on that note, we will wrap up the podcast. This is one of my favorite episodes ever.
Me too.
Leave it a
I
like.
kind of want to stay on now.
You should
Can
come
I?
back.
Yeah, you should come back. There's no saying you can't.
Okay.
We post podcasts every Thursday here on this channel, Deeper with the Dolan Twins, and you can come by and just have a convo with us. Also, if you want to be nominated for a Spread Positivity shout out and recognized next week, you can nominate yourself. You can nominate a friend, or somebody that you know or that you've heard of who's spreading.
I love reading these comments, by the way. I always do.
Yeah, they're great.
They are great.
The
Someone
nominations.
we have an amazing
Someone who's
family here.
someone who's spreading positivity in the community, because we'd love to show them that we care about what they're doing, because we feel it's really, really important. And Lorraine is FaceTiming me
Spreading positivity is cool.
after flaking on me all day. So I'm not going to answer. No, I'm just kidding. I will.
Don't answer.
As soon as this is over, I'm going to.
No, but spreading positivity is really cool, and
Really cool.
you should be proud of it. So let us know why you're proud of yourself for spreading positivity. I feel like I really didn't talk this episode.
You did great. Yeah, you're not supposed to.
Me neither.
She's just
You
so
guys talk
stunning.
so
You're so
much.
stunning. I
Sorry.
can't speak when I look at you.
Jesus. All
Okay,
right,
tell me
dude.
more.
It's my fucking podcast,
Tell me
too.
I can't
Just
speak.
keep it
when I
rolling.
look at
Tell me
you.
more. What's your favorite thing about me? I'm kidding.
This
All
shit
right,
is not
let's go.
wrapping up. All right. We love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll talk to you next week. Peace.